Now this week we're launching our prayer meetings as a church family. Each day we'll have opportunity to pray together on Zoom. If you want to join us at any point, you're really welcome to. We also, in our life groups, are often praying together, and with all of that in mind, I thought that I'd share today some top tips on praying in groups together. You know, the Bible says that the church from the very beginning prioritised praying together. In Acts chapter 2 we hear that they devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching, to the fellowship, to the breaking of bread and to prayer. But here's the reality for lots of us. Praying in a group can feel very awkward for some of us. We feel it's a difficult thing. Opening our mouth when other people are listening to pray to God can feel difficult to some of us. And so I wanted to share 5 top tips that might help you when it comes to praying in a group, whether it's joining one of these prayer meetings that we're doing every week, or whether it's a life group that you're part of. Here's some top tips that might help you. Firstly, number 1, remember who you're praying to. Ultimately, it doesn't matter who else is around at the time, whoever's listening in and joining in on your prayer. You're praying to your Father. Your prayer has got an audience of one, and your Father loves to hear your voice. It doesn't matter whether you get your words muddled up. It doesn't matter whether you forget what you're trying to pray out loud. Your Father loves to hear your prayers. So remember, you've got an audience of one. Secondly, remember this, that it's good to just do it. It's good to just pray out loud. It's true with many things in life, isn't it? That the longer we leave something, the harder it can get. So for the nervous types amongst us, the answer really to prayer is just give it a go. And that might feel insensitive, but the reality is it's the best thing for you when you feel nervous. I remember when I first started going to prayer meetings, I didn't know what to say or to pray out loud. The answer for me was just ultimately to pray, and as I did that and as I felt the awkwardness, it just got really easy after a while. Things changed. Thirdly, what I'd really encourage you with is to keep it short. As you pray, don't feel like you need to spend a long time thinking about a really long prayer to pray with lots of big words in it. The reality is our Father in heaven knows what we need before we ask. So just keep it short. Say a short prayer. I'd encourage you, if you've got some prayer notes at life group in front of you, even to just pray one sentence from that sheet. You don't even need to make it up in your own head. Just pray what's on the sheet, and that is a great thing to pray. Fourthly, I'd encourage us to practice praying out loud at home. If you're not used to praying in groups and opening your mouth to pray out loud, if sometimes you pray in your head to your Father in heaven, then just practice praying out loud when no one else is around. So the first time you open your mouth to pray in a group isn't the first time you've prayed out loud. And I think that might help. Fifthly, don't be scared to pray things twice. Sometimes when you're with a group of Christians, someone might have prayed for something and you're thinking, oh, I wanted to pray for that thing. I wanted to pray for that, and they've prayed for it, and now I'll just have to leave it for this week. Well, don't worry about that. If someone's already prayed for something, pray for it again. It doesn't bother our Father in heaven. And maybe you've zoned out, maybe because you're tired and you're working hard, you've just fallen asleep. Well, no one's offended that you didn't hear the last prayer. Don't worry about it. Pray again. Pray for the things that your Father wants you to pray for. And together with these 5 top tips, hopefully, we can all learn and grow in our prayerfulness together.